Hello everyone! On 2 farms, more than 100 wild boars were caught in a single sweep. Today, we reveal living proof of how fast wild boars really are. These hogs are destroying everything I've built. They're attacking my fields like a wrecking ball, costing me thousands of dollars in just one night. My irrigation system is shot, my crops are gone, and I'm sinking into debt. Wild pigs are wreaking havoc across America's farmlands, causing over $2,500,000,000 0 cents in damage annually. Just one sow can produce 24 piglets a year, meaning a few pigs today could turn into hundreds by next spring, leaving farmers like me with little hope if we don't act fast. To trap 100 pigs, I had to use high-tech net traps with no guns, just intelligence. Nets, steel stakes, and fermented corn gelatin bait were my last weapons. I installed motion sensors and infrared cameras to trap the wild pigs. When the sun went down, I would set up the traps on both farms. I've lost too much to these hogs, my crops, my savings, my sleep. Tonight, it's time for me to strike back. Each of these 30-foot wide wild hog traps is staked with steel that can hold a 2,000-pound herd. My bait? 10 pounds of fermented corn and gelatin for each trap, a scent that has attracted 85% of hogs within 20 minutes in field trials. These wild hog traps, along with the high-tech equipment, infrared cameras and motion sensors, allowed me to trap 100 pigs in a single night. The success rate of these wild hog traps is backed by data, with a proven 92% success rate in the dark when these hogs are most active. It helps me track from a distance, saving time on the move. Across my 2 farms, I've set up 10 traps, each tested to catch up to 20 hogs at once. Data from Texas A&M shows these traps have a 92% success rate at night when the hogs are hungriest. Every stake, every wire, every ounce of bait is my shot at saving my land. Midnight is coming, and I'm ready. Type 1 in the comments if you think this prep is amazing. The sun is rising and I'm standing on my land, having trapped 100 wild hogs in one night using a wild hog trap. These animals are heading to control centers where they'll be treated humanely, and Texas law requires us to protect pregnant sows, and I fully support that. My wild hog traps? Just $200, 0 cents each, a fraction of the $1.50 it would cost to chase hogs with a helicopter for hunting and tracking. Listen, studies show that wild hog traps reduce hog numbers by 70% on farms like mine when used regularly. But this fight isn't over. I need all of you to consider what's the best way to get rid of these hogs in your opinion. I'm looking forward to your answers. Texas A&M data shows that wild hog traps can reduce hog populations by up to 70% on farms when used regularly. However, Texas law is strict. Hunting sows with piglets or using inhumane methods can result in a $1,000 0 cents fine or 30 days in jail. Some animal rights groups argue that traps cause stress to the hogs and advocate for relocation. Experts counter that nets don't harm other wildlife, reduce accidents, and are more eco-friendly than bullets. Are nets the future? Or are we missing a better approach? This fight isn't over yet. We need your support to continue the battle against these destructive invaders. Share this video, comment your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to see more of the fight to save our farms. Together, we can keep the hogs from taking any more land. A hunt like no other. This time, we leave Texas and head into the harsh deserts of Arabia. In 24 intense hours, the young hunters took down 130 wild boars, totaling 800 pounds, an achievement that set the competition ablaze. The hunt took place in April, when wild boars are known to move rapidly in search of water in the arid desert. With over $34,000 on the line, the hunters were not only fighting for honor, but also protecting their land from invasive species. Barren fields and invasive species roam the Arabian desert. These monsters not only destroy pastures, but also flatten land and sabotage irrigation systems, causing serious damage to goat and sheep farms. According to a 2023 report, in the Al-Qasim region, soil quality has deteriorated, preventing natural grass from growing and forcing people to import feed at high costs. Meanwhile, the wild boar's reproduction rate is out of control, with a female giving birth to more than 12 piglets in a litter 2 to 3 times a year. What are we witnessing, and how dangerous will this invasive species be if no action is taken? Unlike the dense jungles, Arabia is a harsh land where temperatures can reach 120 dF during the day, making movement difficult. This is why hunters must combine tactics and powerful weapons. They use FN SCAR rifles that allow them to strike from a distance with great precision when their targets suddenly spring out. At the same time, they unleash Saluki dogs, a fast desert hunting dog breed. These dogs will push wild boars out of cover, forcing them to run toward the hunters where the bullets are waiting. Arabia is not a place where everyone can freely hunt wild boar. The government only allows it in designated areas, such as the outskirts of Riyadh. These areas are hotbeds of wild boar population explosions, which have damaged water resources in this arid land. With a license, they are allowed to use heavy weapons and are exempted from hunting tax if they participate in invasive species control, but nothing comes without conditions. Only use registered weapons, monitored by the government, to avoid illegal hunting. If your area has any different wild boar hunting policies, please comment below. Wild boars are not easy prey to hunt. They have a very good survival instinct in dense bushes to avoid detection. But in winter, from November to February, they move more to find food, creating good opportunities for hunters to track them. According to regulations, hunters are only allowed to hunt adult males, avoiding hunting sows and young wild boars for humane purposes. But the real danger comes during the day. Hunters must maintain a distance of at least 50 yards to reduce some cases of wild boars' surprise attacks. You know that giant wild boars don't come from easy places. Only experienced hunters with special permits are allowed to hunt them. The harsh terrain doesn't allow for mistakes, and one wrong move can leave a hunter vulnerable to a 400-pound monster. Experienced hunters always keep an eye on the wind, always hunting upwind so their scent isn't picked up and their bullets fly as accurately as possible. A strong gust of wind can throw off a bullet's trajectory. The hunt is over. The giant wild boars were subdued by the hunter with many years of experience.
Human deforestation has had a strong impact on the natural habitat of animals. Due to loss of habitat, wild boars are forced to search for food in the fields, directly affecting people's income. According to estimates by the U.S. Department of Agriculture (USDA), the damage caused by wild pigs to the U.S. corn industry in 2019 amounted to $867 million USD. This figure includes crop yield losses, wild boar control costs, and property damage caused by wild boars. The loss of forests due to deforestation has increased conflicts between humans and wild boars. Wild boars with their instincts destroyed corn plants, breaking stalks and trampling on corn beds preparing to be harvested. Their intrusion not only damages crops but also confuses farmers. The destruction happened quickly, with wild boars moving in herds of 15 to 30 animals, making all control efforts by farmers hopeless. The consequences are inevitable losses, directly threatening the productivity and income of corn growers. While harvesting, many farmers encountered wild boars caught in the rotor blades of corn harvesters. The horrifying thing was that they were thrown out and many large wounds appeared on their bodies. They weigh on average about 40 pounds. Although the U.S. government has implemented strict measures to control the number of wild boars using guns, the situation is still complicated with their attacks. Scary incidents when wild boars attack hunters. They aggressively rushed straight toward the hunter, but fortunately the hunter was able to dodge in time. They were safe when they responded promptly. To deal with this situation, hunters need to follow strict safety rules. Carrying a gun has many possibilities for self-defense, but focusing on shooting skills and properly assessing the safe distance from wild boar is 25 yards. In particular, you should go with other hunters and be prepared to deal with unexpected wild boar situations. To hunt wild boar in the U.S., hunters need to comply with many hunting license requirements. This license typically requires the hunter to undertake a wildlife management and safety training course to ensure standard conduct while hunting. The government will not allow hunting in residential areas and conservation areas, so hunters will have to move to wild terrain to ensure safety for people to live. To practice fair and humane hunting, hunters will not be allowed to hunt pregnant wild boar or baby wild boar.
Just keep jamming.
Hunters need to carefully prepare for adjusting equipment such as FX Crown guns and Element Theos sights to ensure high accuracy in weather conditions. Face the wild environment and adjust the height and shooting angle to achieve maximum accuracy. Psychological and physical preparation is also important, helping them maintain focus and stability throughout this fierce hunting. Hunting with teammates is a collective experience that enhances safety in dangerous situations. Hunters can learn and develop hunting skills, patience, and solidarity. Every time you go wild boar hunting, there are at least 5 to 7 people to support. Hunters aim to protect wildlife and maintain ecological balance in the environment. They collect data and information on the numbers and distribution of species to support management and conservation. Each hunting season, the government collects 5,000 animals, helping reduce the number of wild pigs nationwide by 30%. At about 3 a.m., at a home in Mississippi, crocodile broke in through the kitchen window. It knocked over the wine rack and damaged the glass door. The loud noise caught the attention of the woman in the house. She was terrified when she went to the kitchen to discover the crocodile. Her screams attracted the attention of bystanders, who quickly called 911 for help. The woman did not have any injuries due to timely detection. Police quickly arrived and chased the crocodile out of the house. This is a strong reminder to be vigilant and take safety precautions. Especially when living in areas where wildlife is easily accessible. However, this incident did not stop the tourists who were attacked by crocodiles at the beach. Faced with these serious dangers, the Mississippi government has taken measures to deal with crocodiles by building fences separating river and lake areas from residential areas. However, this method is ineffective because they can climb over and attack the city. There are many potential safety hazards. Therefore, the authorities organized hunting trips. To deal with crocodiles, hunters must meet a series of strict standards to ensure safety and efficiency during the hunting process. Hunters must undergo extensive training on how to safely identify, approach, and handle alligators. This training includes knowledge of crocodile behavior, techniques for using capture tools, and measures to protect yourself and those around you. Additionally, hunters need to gain practical experience, often through apprenticeship under experienced hunters. Hunters also need to apply for a hunting license between June 3rd and June 10th each year. Alligator hunting season in Mississippi usually takes place from August 30th to September 9th. Licenses are only issued to people over 18 years old. Switching from alligator hunting to alligator fishing is a big challenge for any hunter. Instead of using guns, hunters need to get used to using fishing rods and specialized fishing equipment to catch crocodiles. This requires a great deal of patience and skill, as crocodiles are very intelligent and have the ability to detect danger from afar. To hunt safely and effectively, hunters need to master fishing techniques, such as how to choose bait, when to release bait, and how to handle when a crocodile bites the hook. They also need to be fully equipped with protective equipment, such as life jackets and protective gloves, to avoid injury when facing this dangerous animal. In addition, hunting crocodiles is potentially risky because crocodiles can attack suddenly and with very strong bite force, which can be life-threatening. Therefore, careful preparation, a deep understanding of crocodile behavior and compliance with safety regulations are indispensable for any hunter who wants to try crocodile fishing.
The Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world, can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh 300 pounds. They are known for their highly venomous bite, which can paralyze prey within 30 minutes due to venom containing various proteins that weaken the body and disable defense mechanisms. Notably, they often feed in waste-filled areas near water channels, increasing the risk of spreading infectious diseases. If not controlled in time, these dragons can become a significant source of health and safety issues for the people of Indonesia. In 2014, a shocking incident occurred when Komodo dragons directly attacked convenience stores in Bali, severely affecting businesses. According to statistics, the Indonesian government spent over $2 million in 2016 to help residents deal with the dragons. But humane methods have proven ineffective. To protect the safety of the people, the Indonesian government has issued a policy of hunting Komodo dragons with guns, an extreme measure to quickly control their numbers before their sudden attacks. Hunting Komodo dragons is only allowed in certain areas, under a hunting license called Surat Izin Mensing dan Berberusin. Hunting areas are located in designated areas away from residential areas. Major reserves are completely prohibited. During Komodo dragon hunting in Nusa Tenggara, hunters prepare bait to attract them to the hunting area, with a minimum distance of 20 yards. Research results show that out of 100 Komodo dragons tracked, up to 75 were attracted to the bait, helping to shorten the search process for hunters because they are good at hiding, preferring to frequent dense and secluded areas. The hunters will go to areas along the riverbanks because these are places where Komodo dragons often come to find food and water. When hunting near water, hunters need to be mindful of staying silent and patient to avoid scaring the prey and letting it escape. The hunters will be trained in Komodo dragon behavior through courses offered at the Komodo Dragon Conservation Center in Indonesia, where training programs are held twice a year. According to the new policy, hunters in Indonesia must be at least 21 years old to be permitted to hunt. In terms of health, hunters are required to have a minimum weight of 150 pounds to ensure they can move across difficult terrains. An important regulation in the new license issued in 2020 is that hunters are not allowed to use motorized vehicles to access hunting areas. If this rule is violated, hunters could face fines of up to 700 USD or have their hunting rights revoked for a certain time. The type of firearm permitted for hunting Komodo dragons is a long-range rifle, with a .308 caliber ensuring accuracy and efficiency. The Komodo dragon hunting season runs from June to September. During this period, hunters are allowed to hunt up to a maximum of 50 dragons per season. Hunting rifles will only be licensed to 100 hunters out of the 800 applicants to control the numbers and ensure public safety. Komodo dragons can pretend to be unconscious, so hunters need to be cautious when handling them directly. When a hunter holds them by the tail in reverse, they lose the ability to attack. Be careful with every action during the hunt. Thanks to tightly regulated hunting activities managed by the Indonesian government, Komodo dragon attacks on residential areas have decreased by 40% since the implementation of this measure. After 2022, the regulations were adjusted to ensure ecological balance and prevent overhunting. Additionally, hunters are prohibited from hunting pregnant Komodo dragons and juveniles. Hunting is a government-designated activity, and hunters receive financial support during the hunting process. Therefore, they must be responsible for their actions. Hunters are required to report the exact number of Komodo dragons they have hunted so that the government can monitor the population. Additionally, hunters must stay updated on any changes through the official website of the Indonesian Ministry of Environment and Forestry. Failure to comply with new regulations or submit timely reports could result in the loss of financial support. If you want to know any more information, please comment down below. If you are looking forward to part 3, please comment number 1. Cane toads in the United States? That's right, these venomous invaders aren't just an Australian nightmare. In South Florida and parts of Texas, cane toads, also known as bufo toads, have made their way here. Originally escaped or released from the pet trade and pest control experiments, they now threaten native predators like dogs, alligators, and snakes, many of which die from a single bite. Their venom glands are deadly, and with no natural predators, they're multiplying rapidly. The battle for Florida's backyards has only just begun. The growing number of these toads might soon reach even more regions. What other creatures could they threaten next? Now let's shift gears and look at the truly terrifying impact of another invasive species, the Burmese python. A 20-foot Burmese python is swallowing an alligator whole, and the terrifying thing is, they're not native species. They were once pets, but then people released them. And when Hurricane Andrew destroyed the breeding facility in 1992, a swarm of pythons escaped into the wild. Since then, Florida has lost millions of native animals. The government has organised python hunts. There are rewards, TV shows, but guess what? Pythons are smarter than we thought. They hide very well in the bushes. They lay up to 100 eggs a year. Florida is losing the battle, and the pythons, they're moving north. Switching our focus to marine life, we find a shocking culprit in the ocean: the crown of thorns starfish. These creatures are rapidly multiplying and devastating coral reefs. In Florida and the Caribbean, they've caused significant ecological damage, with entire ecosystems at risk. The government has launched the Starfish Wars project to address this problem, but the solution involves diving and removing these creatures one by one. It's a slow and labour-intensive process. If you think there's a quicker solution, let us know in the comments. Is there hope for saving our reefs from this silent killer? Next, let's talk about feral cats. We all love cats, but here's a chilling fact. Feral cats are killing 2.4 billion birds and 12 billion small animals every year in the US. They've driven over 60 species to extinction, and they aren't slowing down. The government calls them ecological disaster, but finding a solution that is both humane and effective remains a challenge. To combat this, targeted trap programs and public education campaigns are being implemented, but the problem persists. Are you dealing with feral cats in your area? How are you managing them? Let us know in the comments below. Now let's dive into the ocean again, where another invader is taking hold: the lionfish. With their striking appearance and deadly venom, lionfish are wreaking havoc on coral reefs. Originating from the Indian Ocean, they have spread across the Caribbean and the east coast of the US, decimating local fish populations by up to 80%. Fortunately, there is some hope. Campaigns like the Lionfish Derby have reduced their numbers in specific regions, and lionfish are now being promoted as a commercially viable and tasty fish. Could eating these invasive species be the key to controlling them? You've just seen the 5 most dangerous invasive species in the world. But the truth is, there are hundreds more waiting for their chance to rise. Want us to keep going? Drop a comment below the video. And if you truly care about the future of nature,
these approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.